So Vijay, we discussed about quantum cryptography. Now, since UAE is leading in the AI and digital transformation, so in the quantum race, what do you see the role of the UAE government and how UAE is adopting that and how the progress of going on in terms of the quantum race and post-quantum cryptography? So I need your opinion and also touch that part of the impacting the industry's perspective, which industry have an impact and what impact it can be.
So we are fortunate to be in a country which is leading the global race to achieve AI, efficiency and supremacy, not just in AI but also cybersecurity, AI, as well as quantum computing. So we are the first country probably globally, not just in the GCC, to have a state-level legislation. The executive ruling number 71 of 2024 is a point which gives actual guidelines to implement the federal decree on cryptography, which was released a year back. So we are talking about actual regulation on the ground, which organizations, especially federal entities, have to comply with. So the leadership has realized the importance of having a regulation in place because governance comes at the top. Then comes your implementation guidelines and then the actual on the ground implementation, right? So that's been taken well by the federal entities as well. So we have a realistic plan to achieve the migration process, because the process itself will take probably 8 years, probably 10 years or more, depending on the complexity and the list of cryptographic assets that you have. We're talking about your everything from email security, your digital signatures, to your certificates and keys and hardware security modules and all that stuff. So an organization could have probably 150, 200, 300 assets. And we're talking about each of those assets and each of the technologies which use those assets being compliant with the emerging quantum safe cryptographic algorithms.
So you summarized well. So the framework is there and it's all comes from the governance perspective. So it's already, as you mentioned, that UAE in this race and the steps has been taken. And being a cybersecurity expert, that we have to be ensured that post-quantum cryptography and in the organization to start spreading the awareness and start having those tools to be implemented and those consultancy should be provided. What do you take on that?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I believe that the direction is to have a clear timeline. A 6 months timeline, not to complete the migration of course, but to have a migration plan. So the first is you take a complete inventory of all your systems, cryptography interest systems, and then have a migration plan on how you plan to migrate them. So the whole idea here is crypto agility, which means that when CRQC becomes available, organizations have to be able to switch from traditional encryption algorithms and technologies to quantum safe technologies.
Thank you so much. It was very informative. Thank you.